Have you ever come across a case so strange that even the most experienced investigators were left speechless? True crime history is filled with bizarre stories that defy logic and reason. From unsolved deaths with cryptic messages to kidnappings that still haunt law enforcement, these cases are more strange than anything you'd find in fiction. Today, we're diving into 5 of the most shocking and mysterious incidents that shocked investigators. These real-life stories leave behind questions that may never be answered. Let's explore the baffling details of these cases, each one more chilling than the last. 1. The Somerton Man, Unsolved Case, 1948. The case of the Somerton Man, also known as the Unsolved Case, is one of Australia's most mysterious unsolved crimes. In December 1948, the body of a man was found on Somerton Beach, near Adelaide, propped up against a seawall. He was wearing a suit, but strangely, all the labels from his clothing had been removed, making it impossible to identify him. There were no signs of foul play, and no identification on his person. What caught the attention of investigators was the discovery of a small piece of rolled-up paper hidden in a pocket of the man's trousers. The paper contained the words "Tamam Shud," which translates to "It is ended" in Persian. Months later, a book was found that was linked to the man, containing a strange cipher. While DNA testing in 2022 revealed the man's name to be Carl Charles Webb, the cause of death remains a mystery. Was he a spy? Did his death have something to do with espionage or organized crime? Even now, no one knows the true story behind the man's death or the meaning of the cryptic message found with him. The case has puzzled forensic experts for decades, with every new lead seeming to only add to the enigma. The cryptic words "Tamam" should seem to haunt this case, leaving us wondering if they were a final clue, or just another mystery that will never be solved. 2. The case of Teresita Bossa, 1977. The case of Teresita Bossa in 1977 is one of the most bizarre and chilling mysteries in true crime history. Teresita, a 47-year-old Filipino-American woman, was found brutally murdered in her Chicago apartment. At first, the case seemed to be another tragic crime, but things took a strange and unexpected turn when Remy Chua, a co-worker of Teresita's at the hospital, became involved. Chua claimed that she was channeled by the spirit of Teresita Bossa. In a series of trance-like episodes, Chua communicated with the spirit, who supposedly revealed shocking details about the murder. Teresita's spirit identified her killer as Alan Showery, an orderly at the hospital where she worked. What makes this case even more perplexing is that Chua's descriptions of the crime and the killer were so specific and detailed that they led the police straight to key pieces of evidence. The spirit of Teresita reportedly described the jewelry that had been stolen from her apartment, and when investigators followed this lead, they discovered that the jewelry was in the possession of Showery's girlfriend. The spirit then continued to provide detailed guidance about the crime scene, even explaining exactly how Teresita had been murdered. The police arrested Alan Showery, and after a full confession, he was convicted of the crime. Many people, especially in paranormal circles, consider this case to be one of the most extraordinary examples of a spirit solving a murder from the afterlife. The real mystery, however, lies in how Chua could have known such intimate and personal details about the crime. Could it be evidence of life after death, or is there another, more logical explanation for how this case unfolded in such an unexplainable way? 3. The Monster with 21 Faces, Glico Morinaga Case, 1984. In 1984, a series of bizarre and terrifying events unfolded in Japan, centered around the food companies Glico and Morinaga. The mysterious group behind these incidents, known as the Monster with 21 Faces, began an unprecedented campaign of terror, including the kidnapping of the CEO of Glico and the burning of company vehicles. The group sent threatening letters to the police, signed with their notorious name, and claimed to have laced candies with cyanide, causing widespread fear and panic. Their campaign didn't stop there. They continued to send taunting messages, stating that they were having fun while the nation trembled. Despite an intense investigation, which involved over 1.3 million police officers and multiple sightings of a suspect known as the Fox-Eyed Man, the group vanished without a trace. No one was ever arrested or convicted for the crimes, and their motives remained unclear. The group's sudden disappearance remains one of the most puzzling and disturbing unsolved cases in modern history. Could this have been a complex extortion plot gone wrong, or was there something far more sinister at play? The legacy of the monster with 21 faces lives on, and the unanswered questions continue to haunt the case. Some experts speculate that the group may have never intended to profit, but rather, they sought to instill fear and chaos on a massive scale. 4. The Hinterkaifeck Murders, 1922. In 1922, 6 members of the Gruber family were found brutally murdered with a pickaxe on their remote farm, Hinterkaifeck, in Bavaria, Germany. This chilling crime wasn't just shocking because of the brutality of the murders, but also because of the strange circumstances that surrounded the case. Days before the murders, the Gruber family reported seeing strange footprints in the snow leading up to their house, but no footprints leading away. Additionally, the family heard footsteps in the attic, which they attributed to an unknown presence. After the murders, investigators discovered that the killer had remained at the farm for days, continuing to feed the cattle and consume meals while the bodies of the Gruber family lay in the barn. Despite numerous theories and suspects over the years, including the possibility that the killer was someone from the Gruber family's past, the case remains unsolved. What's even more unsettling is that the killer seemed to have lived at the farm without anyone noticing for several days. Could the killer have been someone close to the family, perhaps even a relative? Or was there a far more terrifying explanation for the strange behavior that preceded the murders? The Hinterkaifeck case continues to baffle experts, with no new leads emerging over the years. Some even believe that the killer may have been familiar with the family's routines and the isolation of the farm, allowing him to stay undetected for so long. 5. D.B. Cooper, 1971. The case of D.B. Cooper remains one of the most famous unsolved mysteries in American history, captivating the imagination of people worldwide for decades. In 1971, a man using the alias Dan Cooper hijacked a commercial flight traveling from Portland to Seattle. He demanded $200,000 in cash and 4 parachutes, threatening the lives of the 36 passengers aboard. Once the ransom was delivered to him, Cooper released the passengers and instructed the crew to fly to Mexico City. At some point during the flight, Cooper jumped out of the plane into a violent thunderstorm, parachuting into the night, and completely vanishing without a trace. Despite one of the most extensive manhunts in U.S. history, the FBI failed to locate Cooper or find any physical evidence linking him to the crime. The only clue left behind was a small portion of the ransom money, which was discovered years later by a young boy playing on a riverbank in Washington. Over the years, countless theories have emerged about Cooper's true identity and whereabouts. Some believe he was a highly skilled skydiver, while others speculate that he had a military background, which could explain his precise jump and evasion of authorities. What truly perplexes investigators and the public is the lack of any concrete evidence or clear motive behind the hijacking. Was Cooper simply looking for a daring escape and a fresh start, or was there something more to his actions? Could he have been part of a larger criminal organization, or did he just vanish into thin air? The true identity of D.B. Cooper remains one of the most enduring and baffling mysteries of the 20th century, and the question of what happened to him still lingers, unanswered. There you have it, 5 strange cases that continue to leave investigators and the public scratching their heads. These real-life mysteries prove that sometimes the truth is stranger and more unsettling than anything we could imagine. Despite years of investigations and countless theories, these cases remain unsolved, leaving us with more questions than answers. What do you think happened in these bizarre incidents? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed these strange stories, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more chilling mysteries.